A lot of people didn't know about it, certainly didn't know anything about it here in Ireland. The Dunnes are selling hash. Larry and Shamey particularly, they are the guys who are particularly interested in this new drug because they had the contacts in the UK, same as Christie had. And they said, well, there was a drop off, there was a major seizure of hash, and they suddenly didn't have any supply. So they decided, should we go for this new drug? And it was a market sample. And quite literally, that's where in the October of, or the autumn of 1979, the first major shipment of heroin, that was minuscule compared to what there was going out there today. That was when the first shipment of heroin came into Ireland. Larry and Shamey Dunne were in charge of that. And it literally took off like a bushfire. It took about a month for it to become a problem in the South Inner City. And remember, nobody knew what this was. The people taking it were very innocent. The people selling it were fairly innocent themselves of the consequences of what they had unleashed. It came to the North Inner City and it took off in the period of a number of weeks. And people in the North Inner City, where we're based here, talk about, in history, their social history, they talk about before the plague and since the plague. And the plague is the heroin epidemic that Larry and Shamey and the boys brought to Ireland. And one of the things that happened with heroin that's very important is that it underlined and exposed, if you needed to expose this fact, that the fact of the nexus and connection between socio-economic deprivation and hard drug abuse, because it was in the most deprived places of the North Inner City and the South Inner City where heroin took off.
To listen to this episode in full, you can go to independent.ie or wherever you get your podcasts.